The Royal Rumble is coming up, so it is our favorite time of the year. And to get even more excited for it, today here on WrestleRound, we're going to talk about 5 shocking returns and surprises that we want to see in the 2022 Royal Rumble. Before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, to not miss any of our wrestling news and wrestling content just like this, make sure that you have those notifications turned on. And getting right into it, our number 5 is none other than the best in the world, CM Punk. Wait, hold on. I'm lying. We don't know that for sure this year. That's not gonna happen. So on this list, I'm gonna keep it as real as possible. Actual returns that don't feel like are impossible. And right away, I'm gonna start off with a big name, a monster among men, Braun Strowman. I'm putting him on this list as one of the surprise returns for the men's Royal Rumble matchup because I truly believe that WWE will ultimately bring back a lot of superstars that they released over the past year or so. And you have to wonder that Braun Strowman is on top of that list. One of the reasons Braun Strowman was let go was quote unquote due to budget cut and the fact that his WWE contract was said to be huge. Heading into WrestleMania, WWE like to stock up with a lot of top superstars. Braun Strowman is one of those. I can see them working out a brand new deal. Plus, I want to mention the fact that Braun Strowman hasn't really gone to that other competition, AEW, or even Impact Wrestling. There have been rumors of it happening, but it almost feels like he's just waiting for WWE to call him back. On the women's side of things, one of the biggest possible returns that I could be seeing is Bayley, and I even feel like she could be a favorite to win it. Bayley was taken out of action soon after WrestleMania last year, dealing with an injury, having to recover. This could be one of those huge injury returns that WWE likes to do at the Royal Rumble. And number 3 is the man that we can see, John Cena himself. I know he was just back facing off against Roman Reigns, but if there's one thing that we know is that John Cena would not miss an opportunity to make a return. He has said it in the past that if his schedule is open, he wouldn't mind coming back. And after all, it is WrestleMania season, so if you want to plan something out for the franchise player heading into WrestleMania, at the Royal Rumble is the perfect time to start it off. He doesn't have to win the Rumble, but they could set up something massive for him there that will lead into a big marquee matchup for this year's Mania. Let's not forget that this is going to be a 2-night event for WrestleMania with a full packed up stadium, so WWE is going to try to bring in as much star power as they can for that event. At number 2, it's Bray Wyatt. He is obviously another shocking release from the past year, probably the most shocking one, so you could only imagine how big that reaction will be if Bray Wyatt makes his return and he works something out with WWE. I feel like Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt are truly the 2 releases that WWE will probably want to bring back the most, so this is why I put them on this list. And at least as of me recording this, he hasn't showed up on AEW yet. By the time you're watching this, that might be a whole different story, but again, as of me recording this, I could see this happening. Before we get into number 1, some honorable mentions. Elias has been through a quote-unquote gimmick change phase as of late, which is why we haven't seen him, so hopefully WWE is ready by the Royal Rumble and he makes a return. On the women's side of things, Lacey Evans has been out due to pregnancy. By the time the Royal Rumble comes around, it is likely time for her to return. She has basically been teasing it already, so that could be another nice surprise. And at number 1, obviously I got the most electrifying man in sport entertainment, and obviously this is number 1 because it will be the most shocking one for it to happen and the less likely one, but of course anything is possible. We know that over the last 2 years WWE has been trying to do Roman Reigns versus The Rock. The latest report that we heard is that they're trying to do that WrestleMania main event matchup next year, but could you imagine if out of nowhere, some way somehow WWE makes it happen and The Rock's schedule let it happen? It will certainly be the biggest shocker. And chances are if The Rock does return at the Royal Rumble, he will probably win it, end our opportunity, and then challenge Roman Reigns. Because usually that's how WWE book things. There's no way they're gonna have him be at the Rumble and come up short in it. Not a legend like The Rock. As I said though, this is the most unlikely surprise. But that is what I got for you guys right now. Let me know down in the comments below which other surprise entrants at the Rumble you want to see. For more wrestling news coverage and more wrestling wrestling content just like this, make sure you guys subscribe and hit those notifications. Stay savage, and I'll catch you on the next one.